Behind every legend lies a reason. This is Myth and Motive.
Has 5 oceanic divisions, encompassing approximately 1/3 of the planet. The Pacific Ocean is not only a vast sea with mythological tales, but it is also a place that holds many strange and fascinating secrets. To this day, this ocean still holds many unsolved mysteries, fueling the curiosity of scientists and exploration enthusiasts. In this video, we will explore the profound mysteries of the world. In early 1516, explorer Vasco Núñez de Balboa became the first European to see the Pacific Ocean. However, the name Pacific Ocean originates from the voyage of the explorer Ferdinand Magellan. When you and your crew passed through the Strait of Magellan and reached a vast, calm sea, they named it Mapasilfico, which means the Pacific Ocean. From then on, this ocean has been called the Pacific Ocean to this day. The Pacific Ocean spans from the Arctic Ocean in the north to Antarctica in the south. With a coastline stretching nearly 19,800 kilometers, this ocean separates Asia and Oceania from the Americas. As we mentioned, the Pacific Ocean is so vast that it occupies 1/3 of the Earth's surface area. Not only is the Pacific the largest ocean, it is also the deepest of the Earth's 5 oceans. Specifically, the Pacific Ocean has an average depth of 4,280 meters, while its deepest point, the Mariana Trench, reaches a depth of 10,911 meters. This is also the deepest point of the Earth's crust, 13 times deeper than the height of the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world in Dubai. It is even described that the deepest point on Earth lies beneath the Pacific Ocean, and if Everest could be placed at the bottom of the Mariana Trench. The world's highest mountain peak is still submerged beneath the Pacific Ocean. This vast depth has created a diverse ecological environment. Accordingly, the Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean has a depth of 11,000 meters, making it the deepest point in the ocean, a place that holds many geological and biological mysteries. Scientific studies have discovered many previously unknown species living in the extremely harsh environment. Not only does it contain unique organisms, the Pacific Ocean is currently the cradle of life for millions of marine species, from tiny planktonic organisms to giant mammals like whales. This ocean is also home to thousands of islands, both large and small, forming unique island nations and breathtaking natural landscapes. According to statistics, the Pacific Ocean possesses approximately 25,000. There are 3 major island groups here, including Melanesia, Polynesia, and Micronesia. These island groups are not only famous for their majestic natural beauty but also for their rich legends and unique culture. On that shelf, some large island nations are also located in the Pacific Ocean, including Indonesia, the world's largest archipelago country. Other island nations are Japan, New Zealand. With that area and location, the Pacific Ocean also has many impressive natural phenomena. One of the special phenomena that must be mentioned is the movement of tectonic plates. Accordingly, due to the shifting of tectonic plates, the Pacific Ocean is shrinking by 2.5 centimeters per year, while the size of the Atlantic Ocean is increasing by 2.5 centimeters. This phenomenon occurs on 3 sides of the Pacific Basin. This means that in millions of years, the world map could be completely different from what it is now. Dear friends, besides being the world's largest and deepest representative, with an impressive ecosystem, the Pacific Ocean is also famous as one of the seas on Earth shrouded in the most mysteries. Even to this day, despite scientists researching day and night, these mysteries remain an unsolved puzzle. So what is hidden at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean? The first thing we need to consider is the mysterious disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle. The Tan Rat Wong area is located in the southern part of the capital city, Tokyo. Accordingly, the name Tan Rat Wong originates from the legend of a giant dragon that lived here. Although it may sound fictional, it is worth noting that in reality, many ships and aircraft have mysteriously disappeared while passing through the sea area. Tan Rat Wong has become one of the greatest mysteries of the Pacific Ocean. According to statistics from the Maritime Security Police of the Japan Coast Guard, in just 95 years, from 1963 to 1972, 161 large and small ships mysteriously disappeared in the sea area. One of the most famous disappearances is that of the Debbie Shy in 1980. This was one of the largest cargo ships in the world at that time. It is even hailed as the unsinkable ship, 3 times larger than the Titanic, along with a crew of 42 experienced members. Nevertheless, this ship still mysteriously disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle without leaving any trace. Not only ships but also aircraft have encountered strange phenomena when passing through the sea area. Many pilots have reported unusual technical incidents, unidentified flying objects, and extreme weather phenomena. Not wanting this secret to be buried, in September 1994, the ocean exploration team, Dr. David Long, an experienced American maritime search and rescue expert. The commander advanced straight into this devil's sea to uncover the truth. David Mond's expedition team used side-scan sonar and deep-sea diving robots. After searching for quite a long time, finally at a point 4,000 meters deep on the seabed, they discovered an entire mountain of deformed steel. This steel mountain was identified as the wreckage of the ship Derbyshire. However, finding the ship still cannot fully explain the mysteries surrounding the Dragon Triangle. To this day, the causes of the mysterious disappearances in the Dragon Triangle remain unclear. Many hypotheses have been proposed, from extreme natural phenomena like tsunamis, storms, to supernatural explanations such as the existence of sea monsters or other mysterious forces. The Dragon Triangle remains one of the greatest mysteries of the Pacific Ocean, attracting the curiosity and exploration of many. Perhaps the secrets of this sea area will forever remain an enigma. Equally enigmatic as the Dragon Triangle, the Ghost Island in the South Pacific is also a mysterious existence without explanation. It is known that this ghost island is named Sandy, and it is called a ghost island. Not because it is haunted, but because it appears and disappears like a ghost in many documents. In other words, it mysteriously appears and vanishes on maps. Accordingly, Sandy Island was first discovered in 1774 by Captain James Cook. At that time, it was described as a fairly large island located between Australia and New Caledonia. By 1976, Sandy Island continued to appear in the exploration chart of the South Pacific made by James Cook. At this time, there was additional information about Sandy, that it was about 24 kilometers long and 5 kilometers wide. Subsequent oceanographic maps also confirmed the existence of this island. For example, the nautical chart by the British Hydrographic Office confirmed Sandy's existence in 1908. Although its existence was confirmed multiple times, notably in recent years, modern surveys have not found any trace of Sandy Island. Accordingly, in 2012, a group of Australian scientists conducted an expedition to Sandy Island's location and reported no results. On November 26, 2012, Google officially removed the name of this mysterious island from its Google Maps service. So what happened to Sandy Island? Many hypotheses have been proposed to explain this mysterious phenomenon. Some scientists hypothesized that Sandy might be a floating island, or in other words, pumice stone created by underwater volcanoes. In terms of length and width, this pumice stone could completely form floating masses kilometers long in the ocean, even moving thousands of kilometers over a long period. No one knows what James Cook saw that year. Currently, scientists are still seeking a more accurate explanation for the existence of the ghost island Sandy. The disappearance of Sandy Island is one of the mysteries that remains not fully answered. This is certainly an open question that continues to drive scientists to explore and search for answers. Located in a vast sea area west of the Pacific Ocean, the Mariana Trench is the next great mystery of this ocean. The Mariana Trench is about 2,550 kilometers long and about 69 kilometers wide. When observed on a map, it is easy to see that the Mariana Trench has a shape resembling a lunar arc. Located in the western Pacific Ocean and about 200 kilometers east of the Mariana Islands. As we mentioned at the beginning of the video when talking about the depth of the Pacific Ocean, the Mariana Trench is the deepest point of the Pacific Ocean. This is also the world's deepest natural trench. Among them, the deepest point of the Mariana Trench is the Challenger Deep, located about 320 kilometers southwest of the U.S. territory of Guam. This abyss has a depth of 10,994 meters below the ocean. Meanwhile, the third deepest point on Earth is the Serene Deep with a depth of 10,714 meters. Both of these abysses have depths greater than the height of the world's highest mountain, Mount Everest. With such profound depth, Mariana hides many secrets, attracting the attention of scientists and explorers for decades. However, exploring the Mariana Trench faces countless challenges. It is known that the water pressure at the bottom of the trench is thousands of times greater than the pressure at sea level. Low temperatures, complete darkness, and lack of oxygen make this one of the harshest environments on Earth. Scientists believe that exploring the Mariana Trench is not merely a risky adventure, but also holds great scientific significance. And one of the most shocking discoveries when researching this location was the detection of a strange species at a depth of 8,178 meters in 2017. This is the first time humans have discovered a vertebrate species living at such extreme depths with such high pressure and lack of light. Notably, the water pressure at the bottom of the Mariana Trench is as high as 108.6 million pascals, MPa, or 1,071.8 standard atmospheres. At this pressure, the density of water increases by 5%, and temperatures will range only from 1 to 4 degrees Celsius. This is an area that limits life, and there are still resilient creatures surviving here, which proves that even in the harshest environments, life can still exist. Additionally, the Mariana Trench holds another mystery related to strange sounds emanating from the ocean floor. Researchers have recorded mysterious sounds unknown to the world. The bloop. In 1997, this sound was reported by the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA. According to the agency, the bloop is a high-intensity, extremely low-frequency sound, emitting from the southern Pacific Ocean. The origin of this sound remains a mystery, although many hypotheses have been proposed. From the calls of a giant sea creature to sounds caused by geological activity on the seafloor, or volcanic eruptions producing strange noises. Some scientists even suggest that due to the harsh living conditions, these creatures might emit sounds very different from those living near the water's surface. On the other hand, the audible sounds have a metallic, clashing timbre, leading many to hypothesize about artificial objects. In fact, when scientists used highly sensitive hydrophone equipment at various locations in the Mariana Trench to record sounds from the seafloor, they recorded some low-frequency, prolonged sounds that felt eerie. Other sounds recorded in the Mariana Trench bear similarities to whale calls. Bio-duck. Experts at the time thought it sounded more like a ship than any animal in the Mariana Trench. Western Pacific biotwang. The Western Pacific biotwang soon became a hot research topic in the scientific community. To clarify, analysis suggests the biotwang can be divided if the first part is a low sound, like a murmur echoing in a deep waterway. Then the second part is a high-pitched metallic sound, which researchers liken to sounds from spaceships in movies like Star Trek and Star Wars. Initially, these sounds left scientists feeling perplexed. However, in 2016, a research team speculated that the bio-twang might be the call of a baleen whale, such as a blue whale or a fin whale. Surprisingly, this sound does not match the call of any known whale species. Later, to better understand the origin of this mysterious sound, the research team sought help from experts at Google, who were developing an AI tool to identify whale calls. Research results show that the bio-twang sound has many similarities to the call of brise whales. Scientists discovered that brise whales often migrate seasonally in the Northwest Pacific region, and the bio-twang sound appears in a similar cyclical pattern. This strongly suggests that this mysterious sound is indeed the call of brise whales as they pass through the Mariana Trench area. However, the scientific community has not yet precisely identified which whale species produce these sounds. In general, to date, these deep-sea sounds remain an unsolved enigma. They even spark debates and theories about the existence of unknown giant creatures. The next mystery in the Pacific Ocean relates to a giant underwater city off Japan. In fact, every year, archaeologists worldwide discover surprising things beneath the ocean. From the massive pyramids of Egypt, the intricate designs of the ancient Inca city in Peru, to the mysterious statues on Easter Island. Each discovery opens up fascinating questions about human history. The giant underwater city off Japan has also attracted Thus, in 1985, a Japanese diver working underwater near Yonaguni Island close to Taiwan accidentally discovered a massive ancient stone structure. This structure is believed to belong to the city of Atlantis, measuring about 100 meters long and having a staff shape resembling pyramids with sharp edges. With its carved stone steps and neatly squared blocks, the Yonaguni structure has sparked much debate about its origin. Initially, researchers asserted that it was a natural formation. But after many surveys, they confirmed it as a man-made structure due to traces of cutting and polishing on the stones, characters on stone slabs, and stone samples carved into shapes of animals. After many years of studying the formation of this site, Japanese scientists concluded that these are traces of an ancient advanced civilization. An ancient city submerged by an earthquake about 12,000 years ago. To clarify the origin, geologist Masaaki Kimura, a marine geologist at the University of Ryukyus, Japan, spent over 15 years diving into this area to survey and understand its formation. Later, this geologist presented his hypothesis at a scientific conference. He stated that the largest structure looked like a stacked pyramid made of monolithic stone rising from a depth of 25 meters. Meanwhile, divers discovered long roads, grand avenues, large staircases, arched gates, and huge stone blocks precisely carved. The entire giant staircase was built from multiple stone layers about 1 meter high, forming a pyramid-like structure. Kimura believes this is evidence of an ancient city that existed in this area thousands of years ago. However, Kimura's hypothesis still causes much controversy in the scientific. Many other scientists argue that this stone structure might only be the result of natural erosion, but wrong under the influence of sea waves and other geological factors. Specifically, Robert Shaw, a professor of science and mathematics at Boston University, once dived in this area and said, "I do not believe any structures or shapes that are artificial steps, they are all natural." Not only that, even the cultural organization of the Japanese government and the Okinawa prefectural government do not recognize the traces at Yonaguni as important cultural heritage. Because of this non-recognition, both agencies have never conducted research or preservation of this site. There is too much controversy surrounding the origin of Yonaguni, and to this day, the origin of this structure remains a great unsolved mystery. And although there is no clear answer about its origin, Yonaguni still attracts many people to explore and learn. Perhaps research on this area not only helps clarify mysteries of the past, but also raises many questions about the existence of ancient civilizations. Also causing much controversy in the scientific community is the secret of ghost ships in the Pacific. For centuries, the truth about ghost ships has always haunted seafarers. And the Pacific can be considered to have more ghost ships than other oceans. First, let's clarify the concept of ghost ship. Ghost ship is a term used to describe mysterious ships whose cause or exact location is unknown. They are even found at sea without any signs of humans ever having been on board. These ships usually have no survivors and carry secrets about what happened on board. One of the most famous ghost ships in the Pacific is the SS Orang Medan. This ship is even called the most terrifying tragedy in world maritime history. Thus, in 1947, the SS Orang Medan sent out an extremely strange distress signal from the Malacca Sea. The only SOS message sent was just one sentence: "Everyone is dead." Immediately, rescue ships were dispatched to the identified location. After the American ship Silver Star arrived at the scene, the sight they witnessed was perhaps the most horrifying in their rescue careers. The entire crew and passengers on board had died in strange postures, with no signs of struggle or wounds. What is even more mysterious is that the ship was enveloped in a strange toxic gas, making access to the sea extremely dangerous. After the Coast Guard exploded the ship to investigate, the SS Mariana sank to the seabed. To this day, the cause of the mass death of the crew remains an unsolved mystery. Many hypotheses have been proposed, from the ship's cargo being poisoned to supernatural phenomena. Subsequently, many hypotheses were proposed to explain this event, but all were rejected due to flawed reasoning. Later, with the advancement of science and technology, many hypotheses were put forward to explain the mysterious deaths of the crew on the Mariana. One of the most attention-grabbing hypotheses involves infrasound waves. Infrasound waves are low-frequency sounds, below the threshold of human hearing. However, they can cause various negative health effects, including nausea, dizziness, and even mental disorders and death. Some scientists believe that a strong source of infrasound may have been generated on the ship or in the surrounding area, causing the deaths of the entire crew. Although it seems to have gained much approval, the infrasound hypothesis also faces many controversies. Because if the cause of death was infrasound, it is difficult to explain why all the sailors died in horrifying positions with expressions of fear on their faces. In general, to this day, this tragedy remains an unsolved mystery. Similar to the mystery of the SS Mariana, the SS Volatile is also a ghost ship that has sparked much controversy in the scientific community. This ship was built in 1914, and before becoming trapped in Arctic ice, the SS Volatile operated successfully for nearly 2 decades, transporting goods between Europe and North America. However, in the 1930s, it became stuck in dense sea ice near the Seahorse Islands, an area known for its harsh weather. At that time, the crew had to evacuate the ship and find ways to survive in the harsh conditions of the Arctic region. Unfortunately, a major storm arrived and swept the Volatile away. Although abandoned, this ship continued to drift, wandering at sea for decades. Local residents have seen and even boarded the ship to take some items. Despite many search efforts, the ultimate fate of the SS Volatile remains a mystery to this day. Many hypotheses have been proposed, such as the ship being buried under ice, destroyed by storms, or simply drifting to a remote and inaccessible sea area. To this day, the story of the SS Volatile still attracts the curiosity of many explorers and sea enthusiasts. And finally, regarding the Venice of the Pacific, the ancient stone city of Namedon. The ancient stone city of Namedon in Micronesia, known as the Venice of the Pacific, was recently recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site along with 3 other heritage sites. However, hidden behind this city are secrets that remain unsolved. Accordingly, Namedon is located off the coast of Micronesia, USA. It is the world's only ancient city built in a lagoon style. Namedon consists of about 90 small islands connected by a network of canals. This is precisely why it is called the Venice of the Pacific. Namedon has attracted special attention from the archaeological because this ancient city was entirely built with basalt stones, creating a unique architectural wonder. The massive basalt stones, weighing up to tens of tons, were meticulously stacked on top of each other, forming walls and complex, monumental architectural structures. To this day, archaeologists have not found a definitive answer about who built Namedon and the purpose of this structure. There are many fascinating hypotheses, ranging from it being a religious center to a military fortress, and how ancient people could transport and install these massive basalt stones onto the artificial islands remains a major question. One of these hypotheses involves giants using magic to lift these huge stones. However, of course, archaeologists believe this is impossible. Subsequently, scientists have proposed various hypotheses to explain how Namedon was built. One hypothesis suggests that ancient people used lever and pulley systems to lift the stone blocks. However, transporting such large stones over long distances remains a significant challenge. Another mystery is the origin of the basalt stones. Archaeologists have determined that the basalt was quarried from a nearby island. However, transporting billions of tons of basalt from a quarry to the construction site was an extremely laborious task, requiring a highly developed social organization. And to this day, there is still no completely convincing explanation for the questions surrounding the construction of Namedon. And the mystery of this ancient city continues to attract the interest of archaeologists and exploration enthusiasts.
And our video ends here.
Which mystery of the Pacific Ocean impressed you the most?
Please share with us in the comments below. Goodbye.
If the legend hooked you, subscribe and open the next case.